good for '03, right?
Yes.
Okay. If it goes a little bit earlier, you're not going to have a problem with that?
No problem.
Okay, we're trying for '03 and maybe 2.
Perfect. Thank you. Live from Robin Roberts Field in Clearwater, Florida, it's the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. I'm Jeff Sharon. Thank you so much for joining us here on the American Digital Network. First up today, a pair of games, 4 games total here in Clearwater. And the first game on this field will be an elimination game. In the number 2 seed side of the bracket, it's the 7 seed Wichita State Shockers. They're the home team in this game against the 2 seed and tournament host, the USF Bulls. This is the second time these two squads have met in this tournament. Just yesterday, it was Wichita State with a 4-2 victory over USF, sending the Bulls to the losers bracket. USF managed to eliminate Cincinnati last night 9-4, and Wichita State lost to UConn by a score of 7-5. Those are the games in the night session yesterday here at Robin Roberts Field, and we are ready to go in this elimination game. The starting pitchers for both squads, it'll be Liam Eddy out there on the hill for Wichita State facing Colin Sullivan of the Bulls. And here we go from Robin Roberts Field. Again, we've got 4 games on tap for you today here in the American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. 2 games here at Robin Roberts Field, 2 games at Spectrum Field. And Eddie's first delivery to Coco Montez, the leadoff hitter for USF, is ripped down the line fair, and Montez on the first pitch is going to have a stand-up double. The lineup for USF looks like this. Montez plays short and leads off. Duke Stunkel, the center fielder, batting next in the number 2 spot. David Villar, third baseman, is batting third. Batting in the cleanup spot is Joe Genord, the first baseman. Chris Chatfield protects him in the 5 spot, the DH. Second baseman, J.D. Dudka, bats 6th. Kyle Phillips, the left fielder, bats 7th. Garrett Zeck, the right fielder, bats 8th. And Tyler Dietrich, the catcher, bats 9th. So Montez on second, nobody out after 1 pitch. And it's ball 1 to Duke Stunkel. Stunkel, another all-conference performance this year, .348 average. The 1-0 with Montez on second. Scoreless game here in the top of the first. That one misses, 2-0. USF, the 2 seed, comes in 33-19-1. RPI of 22 on the season under first-year head coach Billy Mole. Wichita State, the 7 seed, 35-20-1, 9-14-1 in the American, 47 RPI. 2-0 from Liam Eddy. That one misses inside, 3-0. Regular season series between these two squads. USF took 2 out of 3. UConn awaits the winner. Montez, second team all-conference selection, stands at second. Strike 1 to Duke Stunkel, 3-1 now the count, also a second team all-conference performer. These are the 2 best offenses in the American, number 1 and 2 in average, 1 and 2 in on-base percentage, 2 of the top 3 run-scoring teams in the league as well. 3-1 from Eddy with nobody out. In a scoreless game, top of the first, it's ball 4. So first and second for USF. And David Villar will step to the plate. Villar yesterday against Cincinnati. 3 hits in his final final 3 at bats. Scored 3 times, pair of RBI. Waves and misses at the first one, 0-1. Nobody out, first and second, scoreless game here in the top of the first. Villar had a pair of RBI doubles yesterday against Cincinnati in the elimination game. The 0-1. That one up high misses, and the count square at 1-1. Liam Eddy, the starter for Wichita State from Brighton, Colorado. 6'4", 170-pound freshman. This year, 63 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 25 runs, 24 of them earned on 57 hits. Deals a strike there, 1-2 the count. He's walked 17 and struck out 47 on the year. For the season, Eddie's 7-3 with a 3.39 earned run average. This is his 12th start. Now, opponents are hitting .243 against him. He's got a 1-2 here with first and second, nobody out. And this is ripped toward left center. It's going to fall in for a hit. Montez rounds third. He will come in to score. Stunkle stops at second, but it's an RBI single for David Villar. And USF takes the early 1-0 lead. So David Villar has gotten hits in his last 4 at-bats here in the tournament. And that brings up Joe Genord, who had a tremendous 2-run homer yesterday against Cincinnati. For Villar, it's RBI number 55 on the year. He leads the team in that category. Genord pops the first delivery up and out of play. Genord, 321 this year. 367 with runners in scoring position. 13 homers, 11 doubles, and 47 runs batted in. Stuckle is at second. Villar is at first. 1-0 your score. USF here in the top of the first. Nobody out. Pitch to Genord is in there for a strike, and Liam Eddy quickly ahead 0-2. Eddy did not face USF in the regular season. That one misses up high, and the count 1-2. His best start of the year came back on March the 10th against UT Arlington. Gave up 1 run on 3 hits. Struck out 4 in 7 innings. 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Defensive alignment for Wichita State looks like this. Noah Croft is behind the plate. Mason O'Brien at first. Luke Ritter at second. Trey Vickers at short. And Alex Baum at third. Waved at and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Joe Genord on strikes. First strikeout for Liam Eddy, and 1 down here in the top of the first. Reminder, we have 2 games here for you. Coming up next, UConn faces the winner of this ball game. And Chris Chatfield will step to the plate. Designated hitter for USF, hitting .245 this year. Hits the first delivery up high and out of play right behind us. Chatfield, a pair of homers on the year, 10 doubles, 4 triples. 24 runs batted in. He's 48 of 196. 1 away in a 1-0 game. USF with the early lead here in the top of the first, looking for more. First and second, and the 0-1 delivery. Eddy misses inside with that one, 1-1. Chatfield normally wears number 24, but in this case today with USF wearing their road greens, they are the road team. He's wearing number 43. 6'3", 214 junior from Riverview, Florida. 1-1. In the air, left side now to play. Double, walk, hit strikeout so far for USF to start the ball game. Mentioned these are the top 2 scoring offenses in the American. These 2 squads played to a 9-9 tie, the only tie in conference play this year. That was back on the 13th of May in the 3rd game of their 3-game series. Wichita State won the first one 17-2. USF came back, won the second game 9-6. So no one won the season series. This one's hitting the air toward left center and tailing. It's deep, though. Heading back for it is Genesta and Jackson. Genesta makes the play from left, and the runners have to retreat. 2 down and first and second. J.D. Dutka now steps to the plate for the Bulls. J.D. 294 on the year. 16 doubles, 2 homers, 26 runs batted in. The righty stands in against the righty Liam Eddy, young freshman for Wichita State out there. Eddy's last outing was at Memphis on the 18th in the season-ending series for the Shockers. Delivers a strike on the first pitch, 0-1 with 2 out. Solid outing for him. He went 5 innings. Gave up no runs, 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 5 through 71 pitches in an 8-4 Wichita State victory. 0-1 to Dutka. In there for a strike. Good pitch by Eddy, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Dutka 5'7", 185. He's from Suwanee, Georgia. Transferred to USF from Florida Southwestern State. JC transfer. A reminder, we've got 4 games on tap for you today here on the American Digital Network, 2 on each field. Yesterday we got 6 games done. We're trying to get all the games in ahead of time because we have some bad weather heading our way here in the state of Florida. It's been actually a pretty good couple days of weather here in the Clearwater area. That's how we've managed to get all these games in. The last week and a half, 2 weeks here throughout the state of Florida, the weather's been pretty dicey. But there is a tropical system headed our way. Hurricane season officially begins June the 1st, but sometimes it starts a little early for us here down south. That one misses in the count 2-2. And it's putting the weekend games in jeopardy, and so we're trying to see if we can get as many games in as possible early rather than later. First and second, 2 out, 2-2 the count in a 1-0 USF game. Eddy deals to Dutka. It's popped foul, back out of play. Eddy this year, 48 strikeouts to 18 walks. Opponents are hitting .205 against him with 2 out. Here's a 2-2, and it's popped up right side. Heading out for it is O'Brien. Gives way to second baseman Ritter, who squeezes it to end the inning. But USF strikes first on an RBI single by David Villar. And the Bulls lead 1-0 in this elimination game here at the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. Jeff Sharon back with you here at Robin Roberts Field. We go to the bottom of the first, 1-0. USF with the lead over Wichita State in this elimination game of the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. On the hill for USF to start, Colin Sullivan, right-hander, 6'1", 203 sophomore from Randolph, Massachusetts, graduated from Cardinal Spellman High School. His first delivery is a ball to Luke Ritter, 345 hitter for the Shockers. And he evens the count quickly at 1-1. 1-0 your score, USF with the lead on the RBI single by David Villar. And the 1-1. And this one's roped towards center. Underneath it, making the catch easily, Duke Stunkel, one down. Sullivan this year, 2-0, 4.32 earned run average. And now stepping to the plate, Alex Jackson, the center fielder. He swings at the first offering and lifts it to center. Stunkel underneath it again. He makes the catch. Two batters, two flyouts to center. And Alex Baum will step to the plate. 341 hitter. 75 hits on the year, 14 of them doubles, 16 homers. And he's got 55 runs batted in. Sullivan's updated stats, he's given up 48 hits, 30 runs, 24 of them earned on 48 hits, 28 walks, 55 strikeouts. And this one's squared through the right side for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Shockers. And Alex Baum is on base with two out. Grayson Jeniston now steps to the plate. Mentioned Sullivan pitched in that tie ball game back on May the 13th between these two squads. 3 runs, all of them earned on 3 hits in 2/3 of an inning. Walked 2, struck out 1. One of the 3 hits he gave up was a double. That was that 9-9 game in the 3rd game of the series. 1-0 to Genista. And he hits this one in the air to center. Stunkel camps underneath that one. He makes the catch and ends the inning. So 1 hit for Wichita, but they can't push anything across. But they're swinging the bats here at Robin Roberts Field in Clearwater. 1-0 your score after 1 full. USF with the lead over Wichita State. This is the American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the 2nd inning here at Robin Roberts Field in Clearwater. 1-0 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State in this elimination game. 1-2-0 for the visiting Bulls, even though they're the host team. They are the visiting squad in this ball game. 0-1-0 for the Shockers. Liam Eddy heads into his second inning of work for Wichita State. And his first delivery is a strike on the outside corner to Kyle Phillips, the left fielder. Phillips, 328 on the year. Phillips steps out. In the game yesterday between these two squads, as Phillips hits this one over toward the right side, going to be a tough play for Eddy. Does he beat him to the bag? Yes, he does. So a good play by Eddy, getting over to beat out the speedy Phillips to the bag, one down. Garrett Zeck now steps to the plate. I was about to say that Phillips was 2 for 4 in that first game between these two, the 4-2 Wichita State victory. One out, no one on in a 1-0 game. Eddy fires a strike on the first pitch to Garrett Zeck, the right fielder. 255 on the year. 6 homers, 8 doubles, 6 triples on the year for Zeck. He's knocked in 20. 0-1, up high. Bulls left 2 on in the top of the first, even though they pushed 1 across. The 1-1, outside and low, 2-1. Zeck, 6 feet tall, 198 pounds. He's a junior from Naples High School down in Naples, Florida. A couple hours south of here. 2-1, up high, 3-1. We're in the top of the second inning, and Eddy's already up over 25 pitches. He's actually, according to our unofficial count, at 27 pitches. And that one's fouled straight down. The count runs full 3-2. Zeck yesterday 1 for 4 against Wichita State. And then in the elimination game against Cincinnati, he was 1 for 3. A 9-4 victory for USF yesterday over Cincinnati. Puts them in this ball game against Wichita. Grounded over toward third. Foul ball. Foul ball. Would have been a real tough play for Baum over at third. Liam Eddy, like we said, a Brighton, Colorado native. All Colorado player back in 2016 from USA Today. First team All-State back in high school. 3-2. Breaking ball up high, and it's a walk. Second free pass issued by Liam Eddy. And Garrett Zeck trots down to first with 1 away. 1-0 your score, USF. And the number 9 hitter, Tyler Dietrich, steps to the plate. Dietrich, 279 this season. 53 hits and 190 at-bats. 12 doubles and a homer. He struck out 58 times this year. First pitch to him. Runner goes. Throw down to second is on the third base side of second. No chance. That's a stolen base. And Garrett Zeck is standing on second. Zeck with his 13th stolen base of the year. Correction, 14th stolen base of the year. So Dietrich, the 9 hitter, with an 0-1 count, with one out and a runner in scoring position. And the pitch is outside. And the count 1-1. 1-0 your score. USF with the early lead here at Robin Roberts Field. Trying to stay alive and force a matchup with UConn immediately following this game. Time taken. And the 1-1. Fouled off the catcher's mask. Check on Noah Croft. He looks to be okay. Mentioned these are the top two offenses in the American this season. These two squads did put on a show in that 3-game series in Wichita at X Stadium. Wichita put up 17 runs in that first game of 3. Shelled Shane McClanahan. 6 runs on 6 hits in 3 innings. That was in the first matchup. Cody Hoyer went 8 innings for the victory. 1-2, runner goes, and this one is fouled straight back. USF came back in the second game of the regular season series, won 9-6. In back of Peter Strzelecki, who went 5 1/3, gave up 5 runs on 8 hits, but took the victory as USF scored 8 runs in the first 3 innings, including a 5 spot in the second. Duke Stunkel had a 4-for-5 game in that one. In the third game of the series, that 9-9 tie that they had to end after 11 innings because USF had to catch the plane flight home. 28 combined hits by both squads. Sullivan, today's starter, got the start in that one, went only 2/3 of an inning. His opposing number, Preston Snavely, not that much better. Gave up 3 earned runs in 1 inning. Walked 4. 1-2 with a runner on second. This one's hit towards center. Jackson underneath it makes the catch. Let's see if the runner tags. He will stay put. 2 down and a runner on second. So back to the top of the order we go with Coco Montez, who led off the game with a double on the first pitch. Later would come in to score the only USF run. It's 1-0 Bulls here in the top of the second. 2 out and runner on second. It's a wild back and forth game, that third game of the series, the only tie in conference play. Right now in the total season series, Wichita State has the upper hand by virtue of their 4-2 victory yesterday over USF. First pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. Montez in that first game against the Shockers, 2 for 3 with a pair of RBI, also walked. Eddie deals the 1-0. It's in there for a strike, and we're square at 1-1. 1-2 for USF. 1-0 for Wichita State. The sun has come out here at Robin Roberts Field in Clearwater. Montez skies this one down the right field line, racing forward and unable to get there is Gibson and Wright. In the 9-4 USF victory over Cincinnati last night, Montez was 1 for 5. Bulls got a combined 8 hits from Stunkel, Villar, and Genord, 2, 3, and 4 in their order in that elimination game to stay alive and get to today. This one's ripped down the line, off the glove of the third baseman, and fair. Rounding third and heading home is Garrett Zeck, and it's 2-0 USF. So it's an RBI single for Coco Montez. Ripped it off the glove of Alex Baum over at third. So close to a line out there if you're Alec. And now Duke Stunkel steps to the plate. He walked his first time with Montez on first now. 2 out and 1 on. And this is ripped through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Duke Stunkel has reached base twice. Montez chugs around second, heads into third. First and third, 2 out. Stunkel's first hit of the ball game. And now David Villar steps to the plate. He had a single, the RBI single in the first. And another RBI situation for him here. 2 out, first and third. It's 2-0 USF, and the Bulls looking for more. They've got 4 hits in this ball game. All 4 of them from the top 3 hitters in their order. So here's Villar, the all-conference performer, facing Liam Eddy. And he hits this one in the center, deep into center. It's actually coming in a little bit, and making the catch is Jackson on the run to end the inning. But USF pushes across one more run in the top of the second. Your score after 1.5, 2-0 USF, leading Wichita State in this elimination game. It's the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. To the bottom of the second we go at Robin Roberts Field. Jeff Sharon with you here on the American Digital Network for this elimination game between number 23 USF and the Wichita State Shockers. Shockers the home team in this elimination matchup, trailing 2-0. Bulls have gotten a run in each of the first 2 frames, and the first delivery from Colin Sullivan to Dayton Duga. Misses inside. Duga getting the start at DH, rips the second pitch he sees into left field for a base hit. Second into the game for the Shockers. Duga getting the start in place of Gunnar Troutwine today in the DH spot for the Shockers. And the 243 hitter is on base with nobody out over at first. Hunter Gibson, the right fielder, steps to the plate. Gibson 309 on the year. And that pitch misses low and in. Reset the lineup for you for Wichita State. Luke Ritter, the second baseman in the leadoff spot. Alex Jackson, center fielder, bats second. Batting third was Alec Baum. Grayson Genista bats in the cleanup spot. Dayton Duga in the 5 spot. This one's ripped down the line. It's a fair ball. Standing at third is Duga, and it is a single for Hunter Gibson. He can't advance past first. But now it's runners on the corners and nobody out for the Shockers here. Noah Croft, the catcher, stepping to the plate. Mentioned Duga batting in the 5 spot. Hunter Gibson in the 6 spot. Croft is in the 7 spot. First baseman Mason O'Brien is on deck in the 8th spot, and Trey Vickers, the shortstop, rounds out the lineup for Wichita State. Nobody out, first and third to Croft, and that one misses high and in, ball 1. For USF, the defensive alignment, Phillips in left, Stunkel in center, Zek in right. Villar at third, Montez at short, Dutka at second, Genord at first, Dietrich behind the plate. And Colin Sullivan, the pitcher, delivers a strike. 1-1. Noah Croft, the catcher, 284 on the year. 2 homers, 2 doubles, and a triple. 11 runs batted in. Hasn't seen much action. 19 of 67 at the plate. This one's lifted to right. Zek underneath it, makes the catch in foul ground. Runner does not leave from third. Good throw by Zek to keep him there. So after 2 consecutive hits to start the inning, we have 1 away. Runners still at the corners. And Mason O'Brien, the first baseman for Wichita State, will step to the plate. O'Brien, 6 feet tall, 205 pounds. He's a junior from Owasso, Oklahoma. Went to Cowley High School. And takes a strike on the first delivery from Colin Sullivan. Sullivan's given up 2 hits. No walks, no strikeouts. But he's got a first and third jam here. He's gotten the first out with first and third. Delivers that one high and away, 1-1. 1 out in a 2-0 USF game. We're in the bottom of the second. Both teams fighting for their tournament lives. It's a big game for Wichita State. In terms of their NCAA tournament chances, this one's fouled down the left field line. The Shockers are the 7 seed, sub 500 in the American this year, but an RPI of 47. Thanks to some key non-conference wins. 1-2, fouled back. And we'll do it again. O'Brien staying alive at the plate. First and third, 1 out. Duga is the runner at third. Gibson is the runner at first. And this one's hit in the air down the left field line. Villar going to give it chase. Makes the catch over at third. And the runner has to stay put. First and third, 2 out. Great play by David Villar, flashing the glove over in foul ground. Catching that ball over his shoulder. 2 down now for Trey Vickers, the shortstop, batting in the 9th spot. He's got first and third. Sullivan from the stretch. This one's ripped deep to left. Heading back for it is Phillips. He looks up. It's off the warning track and over the wall. It's a ground rule double. That's actually a bad break for Wichita State. Duga comes in to score. It's 2-1. But they have to hold Hunter Gibson at third because it's a ground rule double. So Trey Vickers, 291 hitter, delivers, puts Wichita State on the board. It's now 2-1 USF. Third hit of the game for the Shockers, and back to the top of the order we go with second and third and 2 out now. And Luke Ritter, 344 hitter, steps to the plate. He's a 386 hitter with runners on. First team All-AAC selection this year. He's been outstanding for the Shockers. Looks at a ball, 1-0 on the first delivery from Colin Sullivan. Second and third. And 2 out. 2-1 USF with the lead. Pitch in there for a strike, and we're square 1-1. For Trey Vickers, that's RBI number 17 on the year. And his 8th double of 2018. 1-1's in there for a strike. Good pitch by Sullivan. He's ahead in the count 1-2 with 2 out. Trying to get out of the second and third jam. He's given up 1 run here in the bottom of the second. The 1-2. Waved at a miss up high. Got him to chase. Strike 3. Foul tipped it into the mitt. But Wichita State strikes for 1 here in the bottom of the second. We played 2 full at Robin Roberts Field. Your score is now USF 2, Wichita State 1 in this elimination game of the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the top of the third at Robin Roberts Field here in Clearwater, Florida, 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. Jeff Sharon with you here for this elimination game. First pitch to Joe Genord is absolutely clobbered deep to left. Foul ball. Well, Genord did that yesterday, but it was fair against Cincinnati for a big 2-run homer. He struck out his first time, 0 for 1 on the day, 318 for the season. That homer was his 13th of the year yesterday against Cincinnati. 0-1. Misses for a ball, 1-1. Liam Eddy, the pitcher for Wichita State, out there for his third inning of work. He's given up 2 earned runs on 4 hits. Walked 2, struck out 1. 1-1. Outside to Genord. 2-1 your score. USF with the lead. They've scored a run in each of the first 2 innings. Wichita State got on the board in the previous frame in the bottom of the second. That's where we stand right now, top 3. Pitch fouled off. 2-2 now the count with nobody out and nobody on. Two, 4-1 for the Bulls. 1-3-0 for the Shockers. 2-2. Up high, 3-2. Genord, 6'1", 227. He's a junior from Park Vista High School in Lake Worth, Florida. down in southeastern Florida, Palm Beach County. 3-2. Ripped and foul left side. Genord was 0 for 3 against Wichita State in the first game of the series. That one's outside, ball 4. So Genord is on base for the first time today. Third walk given up by Liam Eddy, and Chris Chatfield will step to the plate. Chris flied out to left his first time. 0 for 1 on the day. He's got Genord on first, though, with nobody out in a 2-1 game. A little bit more cloudy today here in Clearwater than it was yesterday. Still, I guess we would call this partly cloudy. First pitch to Chatfield's in there for a strike from Liam Eddy. USF finished second in the conference this year, 14-9-1 in conference play. Wichita State was 9-14-1, but 35-20-1 overall. 1-1 with a runner on first, nobody out. Pitch. Ripped down the line and right. That's big trouble, and it will fall in and go all the way to the wall. Genord rounds second. He will head for third. He's going to round third and head for home. And here he comes, and he will score standing up. RBI double for Chris Chatfield, and it's 3-1 USF. So a walk and a double. That's the 5th hit given up by Liam Eddy. And we're going to have a discussion at the mound with a runner on second now and nobody out. Todd Butler, the head coach for Wichita State, takes the ball from Liam Eddy. And we will have a new pitcher for the Shockers here with nobody out in the top of the third and a runner on second. So we'll get the numbers for you on the new pitcher in just a moment. This is the American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. It's 3-1 USF over Wichita State. Back at Robin Roberts Field in Clearwater, 3-1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. Nobody out and a runner on second. And head coach Todd Butler of Wichita State's gone to the bullpen. He brings in a freshman, Tyler Davis. Tyler 2-1 with a 3.91 ERA this year, making his 21st appearance. 48 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 32 runs, 21 of them earned on 58 hits. Walked 12, struck out 45. First delivery is tapped to the right side. Bohm throws over to first, not in time. Infield hit for J.D. Dutka. J.D.'s 1 for 2 on the day. Popped out his first time, but that's 3 straight guys reaching base for USF. 6th hit of the game. And now it's first and third for Kyle Phillips. Nobody out in a 3-1 game in favor of USF already. And Phillips looking for more. Lefty grounded out his first time. That one misses outside. 1-0 the count. Tyler Davis, 6'3", 205. He's a freshman from Spring, Texas, graduate of Oak Ridge High School. So another freshman out there for Wichita State. Not what you want to do in this late elimination game is go to your bullpen all that much. Phillips waves and misses at that one. 1-1 the count. Nobody out. First and third in a 3-1 game for the Bulls. And they're looking for more. Phillips 326 this year, but 346 with runners on. Bulls have scored 1 each in the first 3 innings. They're looking for a little bit more here. Phillips swings and misses again. Strike 2. 1-2 the count now. Dutka's at first. Chatfield's at third. Davis with a 1-2 misses outside. 2-2. Try to get Phillips the chase. UConn awaits the winner of this ball game. We'll have that for you right here on the American Digital Network, and it will be at Robin Roberts Field. 3-1. Right side to first. They go over to short to get one. Back over to first. Double play. A 3-6-3 double play. Job well done by O'Brien. That allows the run to score, however, and it's now 4-1 USF. First delivery to Zek is fouled off. So Chatfield comes in to score. The bases are now empty with 2 out. Zek walked and scored his first time. Bulls have pushed 2 across here in the top of the third. It's now 4-1. And Davis delivers inside. Ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Garrett Zek with the bases empty. Mentioned before, these are the top 2 offenses in the conference in multiple categories. 1-1, fouled back. Croft needs to take a second to collect himself after that one. It's a 1-2 count. Tyler Davis, the new pitcher in there for Wichita State. Came in relief of Liam Eddy. And he deals the 1-2, and this ball's hit to center. Underneath it is Jackson. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But the Bulls push 2 across in the third. We've played 2.5 here at Robin Roberts Field. And your score is now USF 4, Wichita State 1. This is the American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the bottom of the third inning here at Robin Roberts Field. Jeff Sharon with you here on the American Digital Network. Elimination game between USF and Wichita State. And it's the Bulls leading the Shockers 4-1. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the Wichita State order. And Alex Jackson, who flied out to center his first time, steps in against Colin Sullivan, the USF starter, and he takes a ball outside on the first pitch. Book is closed on Wichita State starter Liam Eddy through 2+ innings. Gave up 4 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits. Walked 3, struck out 1. Strike 1 from Sullivan to Jackson. 1-1 now the count. Jackson, a .244 hitter this year. 21 of 86 at the plate. That one fouled down at the plate. 1-2 the count. 4, 6, and 1 for USF. 1, 3, and 0 for Wichita State. Nobody out, nobody on. 1-2 to Jackson. Outside, and the count 2-2. USF got 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Wichita State got 1 in the second. That's where we stand right now. That's outside. And the count runs full to Alex Jackson. As a leadoff hitter this year, Jackson hitting .200. Bulls have gotten the job done with runners on. They're 5 for 11 in this game. Wichita State just 1 for 6. And Jackson stares at ball 4, and he trots down to first with a leadoff walk. First walk issued by Colin Sullivan. And Alec Bohm will step to the plate. Alex singled his first time, 1 for 1 on the day. Runner on first, nobody out. Sullivan will kick and deal out of the stretch, and this one's fouled off right side. Jackson 2 for 2 this year in the stolen base department. Bohm with runners on, hitting .317 on the year. And the 0-1. Catches the outside corner for a strike. The umpires today, Brian Drury calling the balls and strikes. Grady Smith down the first base line. Mike Martin down the third base line. Martin's moved over towards second with the runner at first. 0-2 to Bone with the runner on first. Runner goes, and this one's fouled off right side. For Wichita State, Todd Butler, their head coach, is coaching on the third base coach's box. Willie Schwanke is the first base coach. Normally Sammy Esposito would be in the third base coaching box, but he got tossed out of a game yesterday. Strike three looking. Bohm stares at strike three. Good pitch by Colin Sullivan. That's Sullivan's second strikeout of the day. And Grayson Genista will step to the plate. Genista flied out to end the first. So he's 0 for 1 on the day. Jackson, the runner on first, 1 out. 4-1 your score, USF with the lead. Runner bluffs a go. And that pitch is low, ball 1. Genista's updated average, 308. He's 361 with runners on this year, however. Lefty faces the righty, Sullivan. Runner goes. Swung on a miss. It's outside. Throw down to second in time. Outstanding throw by Dietrich. Shortstop Montez covering. That erases Alex Jackson. 2 down and nobody on. So Genista has the bases empty. That one's outside, and the count 2-1. Waved and missed at the strike. Looked like they may have had the hit and run on because he was desperately trying to get a piece of that ball. Waved at and missed on the 2-1, and we're now square at 2-2. Sullivan working quickly now. Two out, nobody on. It's 4-1 USF. Here's the 2-2. Hit lightly towards short. Fielding and throwing on is Montez in time, and that ends the inning. So a leadoff walk for Wichita State, but they can't get anything going after the caught stealing. And your score after 3 full innings of play, USF 4, Wichita State 1. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. To the fourth we go at Robin Roberts Field in Clearwater. Jeff Sharon with you here. 4-1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. 4-6-1 for the Bulls. 1-3-0 for the Shockers. 9-1-2 due up in the order for USF, and Tyler Dietrich leads it off. Takes a strike on the outside corner on the first pitch from Tyler Davis. Davis in his second inning of work. Came in with nobody out in the third, replacing the starter Liam Eddy, who's given up all 4 of the USF runs. That one's fouled off, and it's 0-2. Dietrich flied out to center his first time. Oh, 0-2 the count. No out, no on. And that one way wide to the backstop right in front of us. USF trying to return the favor from their 4-2 loss to Wichita State yesterday in their first game of the tournament. The 1-2 through the left side for a base hit for Tyler Dietrich. Seventh hit of the game for USF. And Dietrich stands on first with nobody out. Back to the top of the order we go. And Coco Montez. This is probably the best top 4 hitters in the order in the entire conference, with Montez, Stunkel, Villar, and Genord for USF. Possibly rivaled only by their opponents today in Wichita State. Runner on first, nobody out. Coco Montez, who's 2 for 2, doubled and scored in the first, and an RBI single in the second. First pitch to him is low, ball 1. Montez jumped on the very first pitch of the ball game for that double. Villar knocked him in to give USF the early 1-0 edge. That one's tapped back. Montez upset himself, didn't mean to. 4-1 your score, USF with the lead. 1-1 the count with a runner on first and nobody out. Montez, a .332 hitter this year, but .360 with runners in scoring position. That double he hit in the first was his 20th of the year. This one misses inside, and the count now 2-1. Dietrich on first is only 1 for 1 in the stolen base department this year. Correction, 1 for 2 stolen bases. 2-1. And Montez rips this one in the left for his 3rd hit of the game. Dietrich stops at second. And Coco Montez is 3 for 3 with a double and a pair of singles. First and second, nobody out. And up steps Duke Stunkel, who's reached both times he's come to bat today. Walked in the first, singled in the second. That's 8 hits now for USF. Coco Montez has gotten hits in each of his last 5 at-bats in this tournament. Correction, each of his last 6 at-bats. And he's in there for a strike to Duke Stunkel. 0-1 the count, first and second. Nobody out in a 4-1 game. USF trying to tack a few more on. We're in the top of the 4th here at Robin Roberts Field in this elimination game. Loser goes home. Winner gets UConn right after this. That one misses outside. 1-1. Montez making a play for most outstanding player of the tournament. He was 2 for 3 against Wichita State yesterday. Time taken. And I beg your pardon, earlier I said he's gotten hits in his last 6 at-bats. That's not correct. He was 1 for 5 yesterday against Cincinnati. I mixed him up with David Villar, who got hits in his last 3 at-bats against the Bearcats yesterday. 1-2 the count now to Duke Stunkel Jr. Duke 3 for 8 in the 2 games yesterday. Officially 4 for 8 for the tournament now. Good block by Noah Croft behind the plate. And the count 2-2. Nobody out, first and second for USF. The Bulls lead 4-1. 4-8-1 for USF. 1-3-0 for Wichita State. USF's left 4 guys on base in this game. Wichita State 3. Stunkel swings and fouls off that inside delivery. Well, we've seen the Bulls offense wake up between last night and today. To be fair, they had 7 hits against Wichita State yesterday, but pushed only 2 runs across. Bulls left 7 guys on base yesterday. Wichita State left 10. This is a double play ball to second, to short, back to first. Safe. Stunkel beat it out. So it'll go down as a 4-6-3 fielder's choice, and the runner advances to third. And with 1 out now and runners at the corners, up steps David Villar. Villar flied out his last time. RBI single in the first, so he's 1 for 2 today. Another RBI chance for him here, and he looks at the first pitch for a ball. Tyler Davis has not given up a run yet. He's given up 3 hits and 1 1/3 for Wichita State. Hasn't walked anyone, hasn't struck out anyone. 1-0. That one gets away briefly from Croft, but not far enough. 2-0 the count with 1 out. Villar has hits in 4 of his last 5 at-bats in the tournament. 2-0 outside. And the count now 3-0. Tyler Davis is in danger of loading up the bases here with 1 out. And Joe Genord on deck. 4-1 game in favor of USF. Here's the 3-0. And swinging at 3-0, they toss over to second on to first, double play. How about that? Swinging on 3-0, David Villar grounds into a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. So USF can't push anything across in the top of the 4th. And your score remains 4-1 in favor of the Bulls as we head to the bottom of the 4th at Robin Roberts Field. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. Four to 1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State in this elimination game here at Robin Roberts Field. Jeff Sharon with you as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And Dayton Duga fouls off the first offering from Colin Sullivan. 0-1 the count. Duga, the DH in the Wichita State lineup, is 1 for 1. Singleton scored back in the 2nd. That's the lone Wichita State run. 4-8-1 for the Bulls. 1-3-0 for the Shockers. UConn awaits the winner in this elimination game. Waved at and missed by Duga. 0-2 the count. Colin Sullivan, in his 4th inning of work, he's given up 3 hits and 1 unearned run. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. The 0-2, fouled right back toward us. 5, 6, and 7 are due up for Wichita State in this inning. Gibson is on deck. The 0-2, strike, 3 looking. Good pitch by Colin Sullivan, his 3rd strikeout of the day, and down goes Duga. Second strikeout in the last 3 batters faced. And now Hunter Gibson will step to the plate. Hunter, the right fielder for Wichita State. Reached on an error by first base. Takes a ball. I initially had that down as a hit, but it was ruled an error. That's the lone USF error. 2-0 the count, as Sullivan has fallen behind in the count. And that's foul tip. Strike 1. 2-1 now with nobody on and 1 out. And the 2-1 is hit up the middle. Montez is short. Easy throw over to Genord, 2 away. So 4 in a row retired by Sullivan, and with 2 out and nobody on, Noah Croft, the catcher, steps in. He flied out to right his first time, and he swings at the first offering and chops it to the left side of the infield at third base. Villar in time, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Shockers in the 4th. We've played 4 full here at Robin Roberts Field. 4-1 your score. USF leads Wichita State. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the 5th at Robin Roberts Field. 4-1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. Jeff Sharon with you here in this elimination game. Winner of this ball game faces the UConn Huskies on this side of the bracket. And after an 8-pitch inning by Colin Sullivan, the Bulls have Joe Genord stepping to the plate to lead off against Tyler Davis, and Davis delivers a strike to Genord on the first pitch. Genord struck out in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd. The 0-1, hit in the air, right side, shallow right field. Going back and making the catch from second is Ritter, one down. Chris Chatfield now steps to the plate. He doubled and knocked in a run his last time up, 1 for 2. And he later came in to score as well. Chatfield, a .247 hitter this year. Davis fires. Good fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. No one on and one out in a 4-1 ball game in favor of USF. They've threatened in every inning. At first and third in the previous frame in the fourth, and then on a 3-0 pitch, David Villar grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Otherwise, it could be a lot worse for Tyler Davis and the Wichita State Shockers. 1-1 popped up. Left side, they'll give it a look, and it is out of play. Davis has given up 3 of the 8 USF hits. No strikeouts, no walks in 2 1/3 so far. Came in relief of Liam Eddy, who officially gave up all 4 runs. They were all earned. He walked 3, struck out 1. That one's in the dirt, 2-2. Sun beating down on us here in Robin Roberts Field. A reminder, we got 4 games on here today in 2 sessions. 2 9 a.m. starts, 2 12:30 p.m. starts. Here's the 2-2. Chopped right side. Going to be a tough play. Heading over from the mound is Davis. And a solid job getting over to beat Chatfield coming down the line. It's a 3-1 ground out. 2 down. J.D. Dutka steps to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. Infield hit his last time up in the third. Popped out to second in the fourth. J.D. hovering around 300. He's at 296. 2 out, nobody on, and he swings and misses at the first delivery for strike 1. Let's give credit to Davis. He's gotten out of a couple jams. He had some help, but still, this one's lifted deep to left field. Heading back for it is Genesta, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Bulls go down 1-2-3 in the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Your score, USF 4, Wichita State 1. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. Jeff Sharon with you here on the American Digital Network from Robin Roberts Field in Clearwater, just north of Spectrum Field, where we have 2 games today. 2 games over at Spectrum, and the first delivery from Colin Sullivan to Mason O'Brien, the first baseman for Wichita State, is in there for a strike. 4-8-1 for the visiting Bulls officially. 1-3-0 for Wichita State. And O'Brien hits this one high in the air, out of play down the right field line. 0-2 the count. O'Brien fouled out to third back in the second. He's a .270 hitter. .455 as a leadoff hitter of an inning this year. And the 0-2 waved at and missed, strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Colin Sullivan. He's given up 1 unearned run now in 4 1/3 innings. And with 1 away and nobody on in a 4-1 ball game, here's Trey Vickers, the shortstop, batting in the 9th spot for Wichita State today. He takes a strike. Vickers comes into this at bat rather, updated average of .291. He doubled in a run back in the second. The 0-1, fouled back, and again Sullivan quickly in front, 0-2. Sullivan took care of the Shockers in his previous frame of work in just 8 pitches. He's just over 50 for the game right now. Waved at and fouled off that time. We'll come back and do it again, 0-2. No one on, 1 out. 4-1 USF with the lead. Bulls jumped on the Shocker starter Liam Eddy for 4 runs in the first 3 innings. As this one's chopped to short, Montez on the short hop. Going to be a tough play in time. Great scoop by Genord over at first. 2 down. Back to the top of the order here in the 5th, and Luke Ritter steps to the plate. .342 hitter and all-conference performer. Is 0 for 2 today. Flied out to center in the first and struck out in the second. First delivery from Sullivan. Catches the inside corner for a strike. Ritter is not a fan of that call. Ritter was 3 for 4 in the game between these two squads to start the tournament yesterday morning. Also walked and knocked in a run. Swings and misses at that one. And for the 3rd straight hitter, Colin Sullivan's ahead 0-2. And the 0-2 is lifted toward right center. Underneath it, Zek. He makes the catch to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Colin Sullivan, the USF starter. And we've played 5 full here at Robin Roberts Field. 4-1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the top of the sixth at Robin Roberts Field. Jeff Sharon with you here on the American Digital Network for this elimination game between Wichita State and USF. The Bulls lead 4-1 as we go to the top of the sixth, and the first delivery from Wichita State reliever Tyler Davis to the leadoff hitter Kyle Phillips for USF is in there for a strike. 7, 8, and 9, bottom third of the order due up for the Bulls, and Phillips looks at the 0-1. It's outside 1-1. Davis has come in and settled things down for Wichita State. Both these pitchers have found their groove right now. After replacing Liam Eddy, Davis has given up 3 hits but no runs in 3+ innings of work now. Hasn't struck out anybody, hasn't walked anybody, but he's retired the last 5 hitters he's faced. And this one's, line right back off of Eddy. Let's check on him and see if he's okay. It's going to be an infield hit for Kyle Phillips. Boy, that looked like it glanced right off of his shoulder. They're going to double check him. Alec Boehm checks on him. And out comes the training staff. They're going to double check. I think he's going to be okay, but Kyle Phillips reaches on the 9th USF hit. Head coach Todd Butler out there to check on his reliever. And I think they're going to let him take a couple warm-ups just to make sure he's all right. I was in the middle of saying that Davis has been throwing well, as has the USF starter Colin Sullivan. Davis is all right. And we'll come back to action. So now for the number 8 hitter in the order, Garrett Zeck. Officially, Phillips reaches on an infield single. The Bulls have 9 of the 12 total hits in this game. 4, 9, and 1 for USF, 1, 3, and nothing for Wichita State. Zeck walked and scored in the second, flied out to center in the third. Davis delivers outside to Zeck, who's showing bunt on that first offering. That's just the 4th hit given up by Davis. This one is tapped foul wide of the third base line. USF has gotten the job done with runners on in this ball game. They are 6 of 14 at the plate with runners on base. Shockers, meanwhile, 1 for 7 in that department as a team in this ball game. Runner on first, nobody out. And they'll go check on him. Davis quickly throwing over to check on Phillips. Phillips is 7 for 8 in the stolen base department this year. And the 1-1 is outside. 2-1 now the count to Garrett Zeck. Good speed on the base pass. We mentioned how big of a game this is for both of these squads, but for Wichita State in particular, as that's now a 2-2 count to Garrett Zeck. USF's got an RPI of 22 coming into this game, or rather coming in as of May 22nd in the RPI rankings. Meanwhile, the Shockers have seen their RPI drop down to 47. Think about that. At one point, they had the highest RPI of any team in the American. despite the fact that they were in the lower third of the standings. They finished seventh in the conference. Trying to keep their NCAA hopes alive. 2-2, waved at and missed, strike three. So Garrett Zek goes down on strikes. That's Tyler Davis's first strikeout. And with a runner on first, and USF leading 4-1 with one out. Dietrich will step to the plate, but first we'll have a mound visit for the Shockers. Mike Steele, the pitching coach for Wichita State. Todd Butler, the head coach, makes the change, and that will be it for Tyler Davis, who departs having thrown 3 1/3 innings. He's given up no runs on 4 hits. He's responsible for the runner on first, though, with one out here in the top of the 6th. Then a 4-1 USF game. So we'll get you all set with the new pitcher in just a moment here on the American Digital Network. 4-1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State in this elimination game. It's the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. Four to one your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. And we have a new pitcher coming in with one out here in the top of the 6th. It's Clayton McGinnis. McGinnis, a 6'1", 180-pound junior righty from Amazonia, Missouri. Went to Savannah High School. This year, McGinnis 2-0 with a 4.86 earned run average. This is appearance number 34 for him on the year. He only started one game. 33 1/3 innings. He's given up 21 runs, 18 of them earned on 29 hits. He's walked 12 and struck out 36, and opponents are hitting .242 against him. Delivers a ball on the first pitch to the number 9 hitter in the USF lineup, Tyler Dietrich. Runner on first, one out in a 4-1 game. McGinnis deals out of the stretch. It's popped up. Right side of the infield. First baseman O'Brien makes the play with the runner staying put right there. That's Phillips over at first. So O'Brien takes care of that one. 2 down. Pour one out for Tyler Davis of the Wichita State Shockers. Came in out of the bullpen after Liam Eddy gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. Davis took care of business, did not give up a run despite giving up 4 hits, even got hit by the liner by Phillips. And Coco Montez swings at the first pitch, grounds it to short. Nice play by Vickers over to Ritter, covering second the short way to get the force and end the inning. So Clayton McGinnis takes care of business and ends the inning in the top of the 6th. And your score remains USF 4, Wichita State 1. As we head to the bottom of the 6th here at Robin Roberts Field. It's the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. Four to 1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. Jeff Sharon with you here at Robin Roberts Field. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And for the Shockers, 2-3-4 due up in the order, starting with Alex Jackson facing Colin Sullivan, the USF starter, who heads into his 6th inning of work. He's given up just one unearned run on 3 hits, and his first pitch is in there for a strike to Jackson. Jackson walked his last time, also flied out to center, so he's 0 for 1, 244 hitter. 0-1 delivery is tapped to the right side. Dutka fields and fires to Genord in time, 1 down. Alec Boehm now steps to the plate. Alex 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first, struck out in the third. .342 average updated as he takes a strike on the first pitch, 0-1. Sullivan's retired 9 in a row. The 0-1 catches the outside corner for a strike. Boehm is not happy. So Sullivan quickly ahead, 0-2. Jackson was the last guy to reach base on him back in the 3rd inning. He was caught stealing, so he faced the minimum in the 3rd. Trey Vickers was the last guy to get a hit off of Sullivan. That was a double back in the 2nd. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 4-1 your score. USF with the lead in this elimination game. Winner faces UConn. Loser heads home. 1-2. Waved out and missed. Strike 3. Alec Boehm goes down swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Colin Sullivan. And Grayson Genista steps to the plate. Genista has yet to reach today. Flied out in the first, grounded out in the 3rd. And he swings and misses at the first delivery. Strike 1. Genista 307 average. 296 though with 2 out. The 0-1 as Sullivan works quickly. It's chopped over towards second. Trying to make the bare hand play is Dutka, and he can't do it. That would have been a tough play anyway, and that'll go down as an infield hit. With 2 out. 4th hit of the game off of Sullivan. And Wichita State has a base runner for the first time since the 3rd. So Genista reaches base for the first time today. And now Dayton Duga, the DH, steps to the plate with 2 out and a runner on first. In a 4-1 game, he fouls off the first delivery. Sullivan's season high for strikeouts is 8. That was in his first start of the year back on February 18th against North Carolina. He went 5 2/3 in that game. Gave up 5 runs, 3 of them earned on 7 hits, walked 1. He gave up 2 doubles and 2 home runs in that game. It was a 9-8 North Carolina win. 1-1 the count with 2 out and runner on first, and Duga swings and misses at that one. It's quickly 1-2. Duga 1 for 2, singled and scored in the second, struck out looking in the fourth. And the 1-2, runner goes, tapped foul. Shockers haven't had that many opportunities in this game. They've got 1 run on 4 hits. They've only left 3. Meanwhile, USF has 4 runs on 9 hits. They've left 6 on base in this ballgame. Runner on first and 2 out, and the 1-2. High and in. And the count now even at 2-2. Sullivan coming up on his season-long for innings. Season-long outing was 6 against UConn. 6 innings pitched against UConn. That one's fouled off. He'll come back and do it again. The runner was going on 2-2. In that game, he gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, walked 1, struck out 5 on 82 pitches. That was a 3-2 USF victory back on March the 25th. So Sullivan will deliver the 2-2 to Duga here. Let's see if the runner decides to go. No, he doesn't. Pitches low, 3-2. Genis is over at first. And he'll be going here on the full count. And this one's laced into left. Underneath it, though, is Phillips. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So Wichita State gets their first hit since the second inning, but they can't do anything with it. We've played 6 full here at Robin Roberts Field, and your score remains USF 4, Wichita State 1. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 4-1 USF leading Wichita State in this elimination game at Robin Roberts Field. Jeff Sharon with you here at the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. Heart of the order coming up for USF. Duke Stunkel, David Villard, Joe Genord, 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Facing the third pitcher of the day for Wichita State's Clayton McGinnis. McGinnis replaced Tyler Davis, who was solid out of the pen and quickly got the first two batters he faced in the previous frame to retire as Stunkel waves and misses at the first offering. 0-1 the count. Duke Stunkel Jr., the center fielder, walked his first time, singled his second time, and grounded into a fielder's choice, most recently in the fourth. Here's the 0-1 from McGinnis, and this is ripped towards short. Oh, it ate up Vickers over at short, and that'll be a base hit. Tried to backhand, it took a nasty hop on him. Substitution for Wichita State over at first. Josh DeBacker is over at first base now, as he replaces Mason O'Brien. David Villar swings and misses at the first delivery. 0-1 the count. And that is officially ruled a hit for Duke Stunkel, so he's got a pair of hits on the day. Villar singled in the first and knocked in a run. Flied out to center in the second, grounded into a costly double play his last time up in the fourth. Swinging at a 3-0 pitch. 0-1. And that one is fouled off. The count 0-2. So Josh DeBacker, the new first baseman for Wichita State, 6'3", 205 junior from Lee's Summit, Missouri. The 0-2 with a runner on first. That one misses low. Tried to get Villar to chase, and it's 1-2. 4-10-1 for USF, 1-4-0 for Wichita State. The 1-2, tap foul left side. 6 of USF's 10 hits have come from their top 3 hitters in the order: Coco Montez, Duke Stunkel Jr., and David Villar. Joe Genort is on deck. He's hit the ball hard but hasn't been able to get any of them down. He has walked. 4-1 your score, USF with the lead. And Clayton McGinnis deals a 1-2 with a runner on first and nobody out. That one's in the dirt. Good block by Croft. 2-2. Reminder, this is an elimination game between these two squads. Second time they faced each other in the tournament. Wichita State knocked off USF 4-2 in the first game. This one is fouled off of Villar. We'll come back and do it again at 2-2 with nobody out and one on. In that first game they played yesterday, that ball game was tied at 1 heading into the 7th. Wichita State pushed 2 across in the top of the 7th to take a 3-1 lead. USF got one back after the stretch, and then an insurance run for Wichita State effectively put it out of reach. Chandler Sanborn picked up the save for the Shockers. Keelan Kilgore threw 6 innings in relief to get the win. 2-2. And Villar pops it foul out of play right side. We'll do it again. Noah Yeager got tagged with the loss for USF. He gave up the 3 runs in the 7th and 8th after Shane McClanahan gave up just 1 run in 5 innings of play. Stunkel, the runner on first, nobody out, and a 2-2 delivery to David Villar, and he stares at strike 3. First strike out of the game for Clayton McGinnis. One away, and Joe Genord stepping to the plate with Stunkel on first. We got 4 games going on today in the American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. Houston and Tulane playing right now. As this one is chopped down the line and foul. Right now they're in the top of the 4th. Houston leading Tulane 13-5. That game going on over at Spectrum Field right now. The business at hand here is 4-1 USF. Clayton McGinnis with a runner on first and 1 out, dealing an 0-1 to Joe Genord. And Genord waves and misses at that one, strike 2. Genord struck out in the first, walked and scored in the third, popped out to second in the 5th. 316 his updated average. With runners on, he's 333 this year. 47 runs batted in. And he looks at strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts for Clayton McGinnis. For McGinnis, that's his 38th strikeout and 34 2/3 innings pitched this season. And with 2 out and a runner on first, Chris Chatfield will step to the plate. Chatfield doubled in a run and later scored in the 3rd. This one's in the dirt, and they're going to throw down to second to try and get Stunkel. It's not in time, so he advances to second with 2 out. So let's see if they rule that a wild pitch or a pass ball. They'd say it's a wild pitch. So Stunkel advances. A runner on second and 2 out. 1-0 the count to Chris Chatfield now. And time taken as Croft heads out to talk to McGinnis here with a runner in scoring position. And it looks like Todd Butler will head out to the mound as well. Let's see if he decides to bring in a reliever. And indeed he will. So that'll be it for Clayton McGinnis with a 1-0 count and a runner on second with 2 out here in the top of the 7th. McGinnis leaves after 1 1/3 officially. And he gives way to Cody Tyler, 6-foot-tall senior lefty from Terrell, Texas. We'll have the numbers on him this season in just a moment. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. Jeff Sharon back with you here at Robin Roberts Field. 4-1 your score. USF with the lead. In the top of the 7th, new pitcher comes in with 2 out, a runner on second, and a 1-0 count for Wichita State. It's Cody Tyler. The Texas native steps in to face Chris Chatfield with a 1-0 count. And the lefty deals, and this is laced up the middle and down for a base hit. Stunkel rounds third, comes in to score, and it's an insurance run for USF. They now lead 5-1. So Chris Chatfield with his second RBI hit of the day. He's 2 for 4. And USF opens up a 5-1 lead. I was about to give the numbers for you on Cody Tyler. Coming into today, 4-1 with a 3.82 earned run average. This is his 22nd appearance. He's got 1 save to his credit. 1-0 the count to J.D. Dutka. Tyler on the hill this year, 30 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 14 runs, 13 earned on 30 hits. Walked 5, struck out 38. Opponents hitting .254 against him. 1-1 the count. Left-hander from Terrell, Texas. He's a redshirt senior. Didn't pitch in 2015 due to an injury. 1-1. And that one misses low, 2-1 with 2 out and a runner on first in a 5-1 ball game. 11 hits for USF, 4 for Wichita State. For his career, Tyler is 7-11 with a 5.28 earned run average. 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. The 2-1. That one misses low, 3-1. Tyler's faced USF once this year. That was back in USF's 9-6 victory of Wichita State on May the 12th. He threw 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, both earned on 6 hits. Struck out 3, walked 1. 3-1. This is low, ball 4. So a hit and a walk for the senior pitcher Tyler, and we might have another pitching change for Wichita State here with 2 out and 2 on in the top of the 7th, and 1 already in for the Bulls. In an elimination game, Todd Butler can't really afford to take too many more chances. So the conference on the mound comes to an end. And here we go. First and second, 2 out. And Kyle Phillips will step to the plate. Phillips singled his last time. 1 for 3 on the day. .328 hitter this year. .341 with runners on. Lefty against lefty with 2 out. Croft deals some signs to his infielders. And the first pitch to Phillips in there for a strike. A reminder, UConn faces the winner of this game. The loser's tournament is over. Here's the 0-1. That one's fouling back. Oh, 0-2 quickly the count now to Phillips. Cody Tyler for Wichita State trying to limit the damage. They've let 1 run across, but it's first and second right now for USF. Up 5-1. Time taken. 6, 7, and 8 are due up for Wichita State in the next half inning. We're in the top of the 7th, 5-1 your score. USF with the lead. The 0-2 wasted it low. Tyler, excellent control this year. 38 strikeouts, only 6 walks in 30 2/3 innings. Of the 31 hits he's given up, 7 of them have been for extra bases. Throw back to second, and it gets into center field, but not far enough. Chatfield's the runner on second. He had the RBI single that knocked in the run. Two out, 2 on, and the 1-2. Clipped him right in the back. Bases loaded. So Kyle Phillips trots down to first, and Garrett Zeck steps in a key situation with the bases loaded now and 2 out. And we may indeed have another pitching change for Wichita State. Trailing 5-1, the Shockers are, with the bases loaded and 2 out in the top of the 7th. And we will indeed have a new pitcher, as that's it for Cody Tyler. So we'll have the word on the new pitcher in just a moment. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. USF leading Wichita State 5-1. Five to 1 your score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. 2 out here in the top of the 7th, and the bases loaded for Garrett Zeck at the plate. New pitchers Connor Lungwitz of Wichita State. He's a 6'5" righty from Wichita, Kansas. Went to Mays High School. Have the numbers for you on him in just a second as Zeck stares at the first pitch for a ball. Bases loaded for the Bulls. Lungwitz 1-2 this year with a 4.13 ERA. 32 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 17 runs, 15 earned on 27 hits. Walked 15, struck out 18. One-0. That one misses for a ball. Lungwitz, like you said, a big kid, 6'5", 220. Garrett Zeck is 0 for 2, but he walked and scored in the second. Bases loaded here, big spot, 2-0. In there for a strike, 2-1. Bulls can smell a chance to break it open, up 5-1 here in the top of the seventh. They've already pushed one across on an RBI single by Chatfield. $11 hits for the Bulls, just 4 for the Shockers. 2-1. Zeck swings and misses. It's 2-2. Chatfield stands at third. J.D. Dutka at second. And Kyle Phillips is the runner at first. Garrett Zeck, the number 8 hitter in the USF lineup. And the 2-2 through the hole left side, base hit. Chatfield comes in to score. Rounding third and coming home is Dutka. The throw is cut off, and it's a 2 RBI single for Garrett Zeck. And USF has opened up a 7-1 lead on Wichita State in this elimination game. Huge hit right there for Garrett Zeck. It's the 12th hit of the game for USF. And with 2 out and first and second, Tyler Dietrich will step to the plate. Bulls have pushed across 3 here in the 7th to open up a 6-run lead. First pitch to Dietrich. And that one gets to the backstop. And it'll be second and third with 2 out. Connor Lungwitz is the 5th Wichita State pitcher in this ballgame. Liam Eddy got the start, went 2 innings, gave up 4 runs. Tyler Davis pitched pretty well in 3 1/3. Gave up only 4 hits. No runs. McGinnis gave up a run. Tyler gave up 2. And Lungwitz now in a jam of his own. Second and third, 2 out. Down 7-1 in an elimination game. This one's outside. Nearly gets away from Croft that time. Dietrich, the number 9 hitter, singled back in the 4th. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Popped out his last time. That one's outside. Lungwitz making Noah Croft his catcher chase down a few in this at bat. It's 3-0 now with 2 out, second and third. These catchers in this tournament have to be absolutely exhausted with all the games that they've had to catch. We may have some teams that may have to go doubleheaders on 2 consecutive days. Dietrich hits this one in the air to left. Genesta is underneath it. And he takes care of it to end the inning. But USF pushes 3 across in the top of the 7th to open up a 7-1 lead on Wichita State. Time to stretch here at Robin Roberts Field. It's the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. 7-1 your score, USF with the lead. Jeff Sharon with the call for you here at Robin Roberts Field. Wichita State with their backs up against the wall now in this elimination game. And Colin Sullivan, the USF pitcher, back out there for a 7th inning of work. And he faces Hunter Gibson to start the 7th inning. Quickly 1-1 count. Sullivan struck out 5, walked only 1, giving up one unearned run on 4 hits. And that one's outside. And the count 2-1. USF pushed 3 across in the top of the 7th to take the 7-1 lead. UConn faces the winner. Gibson's 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. 3-1 the count now, with the bases empty. Bulls have 12 hits in this ball game. Shockers only 4. And the 3-1 popped out of play. Sullivan deals a 3-2. It's low, ball 4. And that's the first time that the leadoff man has reached for the Shockers since the 3rd inning. Just the 2nd walk given up by Colin Sullivan in a 7-1 game. And we have a pinch hitter stepping to the plate. In the 7th spot of the order, replacing Noah Croft, will be Gunnar Troutwine, the 6'2", 225 senior from Fairway, Kansas. Regular starter. Didn't get the start today, however. Runner on first, and that's a high hook that misses inside 1-0. Troutwine, the pinch hitter, 304 this season. 55 of 181. 14 doubles, a 1 triple, 7 homers, and 48 runs batted in. Troutwine, one of 4 Shockers over 300 with an over 300 average, I should say. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. 7-1 USF your score. Nobody out, and runner on first. Troutwine, first team All-American Athletic Conference this year. Swings and misses at that one, 2-2. He was 0 for 4 against USF in the first game between these two in the tournament. That one's fouled off. Troutwine was 7th in the conference in RBI with 48 this year. Tied for 6th in walks and 10th in slugging percentage. 2-2 misses, 3-2. So the senior from Fairway, Kansas, Shawnee Mission East High School grad, in a huge spot here with his team trailing by 6. That one misses outside. Troutwine draws a walk. So first 2 batters have reached against Colin Sullivan here in the bottom of the 7th. He's leading the game 7-1. But 2 walks to start the 7th. And now Josh DeBacker steps to the plate. DeBacker was a defensive substitution for Mason O'Brien over at first. This is his first at-bat of the game. DeBacker 261 this year, as we have a mound visit from Billy Mole. DeBacker at the plate, 6'3", 205. He's a junior from Lee's Summit, Missouri. Batting in the 8th spot. He's 12 of 46 at the plate this year, 9 runs batted in, 2 doubles, no other extra base hits. First and second after 2 walks to start the 7th by Colin Sullivan, and he deals a ball on the first delivery to DeBacker. The 1-0. In there for a strike. And Sullivan evens it up. He's thrown 6+ innings. He's walked 3 in total, including the last 2 hitters he's faced. Struck out 5. Only 1 extra base hit given up out of those 4 hits. Nobody out, 2 on, the 1-1. Tap to the left side. It's not going to be a double play ball. Montez throws on from short in time, but the runners advance to second and third with 1 out. So DeBacker is retired in his first at-bat of the game. Troutwine's on second. Gibson is on third with 1 out in a 7-1 game in favor of USF. And Trey Vickers will step to the plate. The shortstop doubled his first time and knocked in a run back in the second, grounded out his last time at bat in the 5th. We're in the bottom of the 7th, 7-1 USF. Pitch by Sullivan is up high. One out, second and third, and the 1-0 hit in the air out of play right side. Vickers hit .296 this year with runners in scoring position. He's got second and third right now. Wichita State as a team in this game only 1 of 5 with runners in scoring position. This is hit in the air to right. Zek underneath it makes the catch. Runner tags from third. Here comes the throw in. They throw back to second and concede the run. So it's now 7-2 as Gibson comes in to score. So that'll be a sacrifice fly for Trey Vickers. And an RBI. So 2 out and a runner on second now in the person of Troutwine. And we go back to the top of the order, Luke Ritter. Luke is 0 for 3 today, struck out once. Takes a strike on the first delivery. Good inside delivery by Sullivan, who's settled in after those first 2 walks. Gotten some help from his defense, too, with Montez getting that ground out. Oh, 1 inside hit him. So a hit batsman. And now Luke Ritter stands at first. Troutwine remains at second. And Alex Jackson will step to the plate. Still 7-2 USF your score. Jeff Sharon with you here at Robin Roberts Field. UConn faces the winner of this game coming up next. First and second, 2 out. Jackson 0 for 2. Drew a walk in the third. And he taps this one towards short. Going to be a tough play for Montez. He throws on the run in time to end the inning. Nice play by Montez. But Wichita State pushes one across to chip into the USF lead. And your score after 7 is now USF 7, Wichita State 2. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the top of the 8th at Robin Roberts Field. Your score, USF 7, Wichita State 2. Jeff Sharon with you here on the American Digital Network. Facebook.com/American Digital Network Plus. TheAmerican.org for all your latest information on the American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship here in Clearwater. USF with a 5-run lead. And the top of the order due up for the Bulls here in the 8th. Coco Montez takes a ball on the first pitch from Connor Lungwitz. Came in relief. He's the 5th Wichita State pitcher in this ball game. And Montez fouls that one off down the line. It's 1-1. Lungwitz, the 6'5 junior on the hill for the Shockers. Officially a third of an inning. He's given up a hit so far. As Wichita State's had to go deep into their bullpen. They trail by 5 runs. He delivers a strike on the inside corner to Coco Montez. Coco's reached base safely 3 times. 3 for 4 with a double, pair of singles, and an RBI. Grounded into a fielder's choice as last time. Waves and misses at the 1-2 delivery on this occasion, and he strikes out. So that's the first strikeout for Connor Lungwitz. And Duke Stunkel Jr. steps to the plate. Duke's got a pair of singles. Most recently in the 7th, he scored. So a 2 for 3 day for him today. He also walked back in the first. And Stunkel swings at the first pitch, and he can't believe he did it either. It's popped up to center. Jackson underneath it, makes the play, 2 down. And now in a 7-2 game in favor of USF, David Villar steps to the plate. David singled back in the first, picked up an RBI. Hasn't reached since. Struck out his last time in the 7th, 1 for 4. Waves and misses at the first one from Lungwitz. 0-1 the count. 2 out and nobody on. Bulls tacked on 3 in the top of the 7th to open up a 7-1 lead. Wichita State got one back in the last half inning, so that's where we stand right now, 7-2. 7-12-1 for the Bulls. 2-4-0 for Wichita State. This is the 5th Wichita State pitcher. By contrast, Colin Sullivan has gone the distance to this point for USF. 1-1, swung on and missed. Villar way out in front of that one. Two out, no one on, and the 1-2. Lungwitz throws it in the dirt. Try to get Villar to chase, and the count now even at 2-2. We're at Robin Roberts Field here in Clearwater. First of two today. Coming up next, UConn faces the winner of this ball game. And the 2-2 to Villar. Outside, count fills up at 3-2. Bulls have gotten the job done with runners on today. 8 of 22 with runners on base. Meanwhile, the Shockers haven't taken advantage of their opportunities. Only 1 for 10. No one on here, and the payoff pitch. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Troutwine is the new catcher for the Shockers. He stays in after pinch hitting for Noah Croft in the 7th spot in the order in the previous frame. Full count, 2 out. And a good pitch by Connor Lungwitz. Gets Villar to chase. They throw down to first in time, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Bulls in the top of the 8th. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Wichita State trailing USF 7-2 here at Robin Roberts Field. It is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network.
Thought is like, oh my God, it's an emergency. Yeah. You know?
Back here at Robin Roberts Field in this elimination game, your score is USF 2, Wichita State, USF 7, Wichita State 2. Here in this elimination game, Jeff Sharon with you here at the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship, and Wichita State's running out of outs. Meanwhile, Colin Sullivan, who's just been working easy out there for USF, the starter is in his 8th inning of work. He's only given up 2 runs, 1 of them earned, through 7. He surrendered 4 hits, struck out 5, walked 3. 2 of them were in the previous frame. He's facing the meat of the Wichita State order here. 3, 4, and 5. So Alec Bohm, beg your pardon, who singled and has struck out twice, stares at a 2-0, and it's 3-0 quickly for Sullivan. He walked the first 2 hitters he faced in the previous inning. Wichita State scratched one across to cut it to 7-2. But he benefited from a pair of groundouts to his shortstop, Coco Montez, and was able to get out of the inning. Strike delivered. 3-1 with no one on and no one out. Bohm looks at strike 2, so the count is now full of 3-2. This is Sullivan's season-long outing. His previous long was 6 innings against UConn back on March 25th. And Bohm swings and misses at the 3-2 delivery. Strike 3. 1 down and nobody on. 6th strikeout of the game for Colin Sullivan. And now Grayson Genista will step to the plate. Genista reached on an infield single back in the 6th. He is 1 for 3. First delivery is low, ball 1. Genista, .310 hitter. Nine homers, 7 doubles on the year. And he takes a strike, 1-1. That infield hit was number 63 on the season for him. And this one sails to the backstop. Seven, 12, and 1 for USF. 2-4 and nothing for Wichita State. Genista recorded the last Wichita State hit. That was his infield single back in the 6th. 2-2 now the count. With 1 away and no one on. And Sullivan's 2-2. Cut on and missed, strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts here in the 8th for Colin Sullivan. And with 2 down and no one on, Dayton Duga will step to the plate. Duga, the DH, singled back in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, flied out in the 6th. He checks a swing, takes a strike on that one. Sullivan had 107 pitches. He's been not just good, but efficient. And this is laced toward the gap in right center, tailing away from the center fielder. It's going to fall in and go all the way to the wall. Duga trots into second easily with a stand-up double with 2 out. 5th hit of the game for Wichita State. And Duga has a 2-for-4 day. So that brings up Hunter Gibson. Gibson reached on an error in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 7th, so he's officially 0 for 2. Two out and a runner on second for Wichita State, trailing 7-2 in an elimination game. And Colin Sullivan deals a strike on the outside corner to the lefty. Duga moderate speed out there at second. 5 stolen bases on the year. Pitch to Gibson, fouled off right side. Gibson, 6'3", 210. He's a freshman from Oologah, Oklahoma. Oologah-Talala High School graduate. Troutwine is on deck. 0-2 with 2 out. And that one way outside. 1-2 now the count. Got to wonder if Sullivan can wrap this thing up right here. If Billy Mole will let him go out in the 9th. Regardless of what happens, he's done USF's bullpen a favor here. 1-2, high and away. Try to get him to chase 2 straight. Wichita State recording their 5th hit of the game. With Duga's double, he stands on second. 2-2 count to Hunter Gibson. Pitch way outside again. 3 straight way outside. And with a runner on second and 2 out, we're going to have a payoff pitch. Shockers have left 6 runners on base in this game. Bulls have left 8. With runners in scoring position, Wichita hitters are just 1 for 6 today. 3-2 fouled off. So we'll do it again. Full count, 2 out. Gibson walked his last time. Runner on second is Duga. Sullivan deals. In the air to center. Going back for it is Stunkel. He's got a beat on it, and he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So the Shockers get a 2-out double. Can't push him across. And Colin Sullivan has gone 8 strong here in an elimination game. We go to the top of the 9th. Your score, 7-2. USF with the lead over Wichita State in this elimination game. This is the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. We go to the 9th. USF leading Wichita State 7-2. Jeff Sharon with you here at Robin Roberts Field in this elimination game in the American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. New pitcher in the game for Wichita State, 6th Shocker to see action on the mound. It's Chandler Sandburn, the Wichita State regular closer, 6'2", 195. He's a senior from Avon, Indiana. First delivery to Joe Genord. Misses ball 1. Genord has struck out twice. Walked in the 3rd. So he's 0 for 3 for the day. Takes a strike. It's 1-1. Sandburn this year 0-3, 3.03 earned run average. This is appearance number 29 for him. He's got 9 saves to his credit. 32 2/3 innings pitched. Here's the 1-1. It's low and away, 2-1. He's given up 25 hits, 14 runs, 11 of those earned. Walked 11 and struck out 51. Opponents hitting .216 against him. 2-1 from Sandburn. Catches the corner, 2-2. Genord homered yesterday in the game against Cincinnati. He's facing a 2-2 here with nobody on, nobody out. 7-2 USF. That one's outside. And the count runs full at 3-2. The Yukon Huskies await the winner of this game, and we will have it for you right here on the American Digital Network. 4 games on 2 diamonds today. Yesterday we had 6 games on these 2 diamonds. 3-2. Sandburn goes up high, and Genord looks at it. He'll trot down to first with a walk. So up steps Chris Chatfield, who's had himself a day today. 2 for 4. RBI double in the 3rd, RBI single in the 7th. He also scored both times he reached base. He's got a runner on first and nobody out with his team leading 7-2, and he waves and misses at the first delivery from Sandburn. That walk was just the 12th walk of the season given up by Sandburn in 32 2/3 innings. The 0-1 misses outside with a fastball, and the count 1-1. Bottom third of the order is due up for Wichita State in the bottom of the 9th. They're down 7-2. Can't afford to let any more damage happen. That one misses. 2-1. Sandburn for his career 6-4 with a 5.49 ERA. 50 career appearances. That one's fouled out of play. Last year he threw 35 in the 3rd, gave up 28 hits, 19 runs, 18 of them earned on added 24 walks and 41 strikeouts. So he's got 69 career strikeouts in 77 career innings pitched. Chatfield asks for time. That one's tapped foul. Sandburn tied for 7th in the league in most appearances. 3rd in the American in saves with 9 this year. His counterpart for USF, Andrew Perez, tops in the league with 11. And strike 3 to Chatfield. One down now with a runner on first. And J.D. Dutka, the second baseman, will step to the plate. Dutka walked and scored his last time. He's 1 for 3 with a single. That single came back in the 3rd. Every USF batter has recorded a hit today, except for Joe Genord. That one's tapped foul, 0-1. 7-2 the score. USF with the lead over Wichita State. Bulls got 1 each in the 1st and 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 7th. Shockers pushed across 1 in the 2nd and 1 in the 7th, and that's where we stand, 7-2. 12 hits for USF, 5 for the Shockers. This one's popped out of play right side, and it's 0-2. That strikeout for Sandburn was his 52nd of the year. Working out of the stretch with Genord on first. He walked to lead off the inning. That one misses on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Kyle Phillips is on deck. 1-2 to Dutka. Looks at that one in the dirt. 2-2. One out, one on in the 2-2. Foul tip into the mitt, strike three. Ducka goes down. So a walk and 2 strikeouts for Chandler Sanborn. 2 down and a runner on first. And Kyle Phillips, the left fielder, steps to the plate. Kyle's 1 for 3 today. Singled back in the 6th. He was also hit by a pitch his last time in the 7th. Sanborn with his team down 7-2 here in the 9th. That one's in the dirt. Good job by Troutwine getting in front of that one. Genord not a threat to steal, really. Hasn't even attempted to steal a base this year. Phillips swings and lines that one foul. 1-1, 2 out. The Yukon Huskies await the winner of this game. We'll play on this field right here. Originally scheduled for 12:30. Obviously, we'll be pushing that back with the conclusion of this game pending. We're just a few minutes before high noon Eastern. Jeff Sharon with you here at Robin Roberts Field on the American Digital Network. Facebook.com/American Digital Network Plus. 2-1 the count, 2 out, runner on first. And that one misses outside, and the count 3-1. So it'll be a 3-1 with 2 out. Sanborn kicks and fires. Phillips gets underneath it, right side. Gibson comes in and makes the play, and that ends the inning. Last chance for the Wichita State Shockers in this elimination game. They trail 7-2 to the USF Bulls in this elimination game. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Robin Roberts Field. It's the 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship on the American Digital Network. Here we go in the bottom of the 9th. Jeff Sharon with you here at Robin Roberts Field. It's 7-2 USF with the lead, and they are 3 outs away from getting a shot at the Yukon Huskies. And Colin Sullivan is back out there for the 9th inning. He's gone the distance for USF. He's given up 2 runs, 1 of them earned on 5 hits, walked 3 and struck out 7. He's came into this inning at 116 pitches. His previous season high was 110 in his very last start. That was in 5 innings against Cincinnati. He threw 110 pitches. 0-2 quickly ahead to Troutwine, who fouls this one out of play. 7-8-9 due up for Wichita State. Troutwine, DeBacker, and Trey Vickers with their season on the line. It's 7-2 USF. And Troutwine hits this one in the air to right. Zek giving chase, as is Janord. Janord tries to make the catch. Did he make it? Yes, he did. Outstanding catch by Joe Janord up against the tarp. Nice little basket catch, one down. So now Josh DeBacker steps to the plate. DeBacker came in as a defensive substitution for Mason O'Brien. He is 0 for 1 at the plate. How about Colin Sullivan, the sophomore from Cardinal Spellman High School in Randolph, Massachusetts. His longest outing of the year. 0-1 is trickled to third. Fielding and firing is Villar. 2 down. And Wichita State down to their final out. So the UConn Huskies are over here at Robin Roberts Field, awaiting the conclusion of this ball game. We will have it for you on the American Digital Network. Follow all the latest at theamerican.org, also American_BSB. Highlights, stats, reaction from all of us here at the American Digital Network. First pitch to Trey Vickers, the shortstop, is in there for a strike from Sullivan. This would be Sullivan's first career complete game. Vickers doubled his first time, and he trickles this one down to third. Villar fields and fires, and that's your ball game. Colin Sullivan, a complete game for the USF Bulls on the mound. Does his team more than a few favors, keeps the bullpen out of the action, and enables his USF Bulls to knock out the Wichita State Shockers. Final score, USF 7, Wichita State 2. 7 runs, 12 hits, and an error for USF. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Wichita State. So the Bulls advance in the tournament. They will face the UConn Huskies coming up, officially scheduled for 12:30 p.m., but we'll get you an official start time here in a little bit. We just crossed noon Eastern here at Robin Roberts Field in Clearwater. But the Bulls advance to 34-19-1 on the season, while Wichita State sees their 2018 run in the American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship come to a conclusion. The Shockers finish 35-21-1, and they will have to wait with bated breath for the selection show to see if they get into the NCAA tournament this year. The 7th seed Wichita State Shockers have a pretty high RPI, maintained a high RPI all throughout the year, but with a 9-14-1 record in the conference, it's a dicey proposition. Nonetheless, for the Bulls, the host team, they will move on to play the UConn Huskies. We will have an update for you on a start time on theamerican.org at our 2018 American Athletic Conference Baseball Championship Central, and also on Twitter at American_BSB. So we'll wrap it up here from Robin Roberts Field, where once again your final score, the USF Bulls 7, the Wichita State Shockers 2. USF moves on to face the UConn Huskies in the semifinal game coming up next here at Robin Roberts Field. For our cameraman Adam Campbell and all of our crew here in the American Digital Network, I'm Jeff Sharon saying thank you so much for watching. Stick around, USF and UConn coming up next here from Robin Roberts Field. For now, we'll see you later today from Clearwater.